Welcome to the Do Good Mavericko podcast, episode 49. Why you don't need to have it all figured out in order to make money online. When it comes to making money online, online marketing, online entrepreneurship, all that kind of stuff. One thing that really seems to be holding a lot of people back when I look at my own journey of a lot of the mistakes I made. And yeah, a lot of them were really stupid mistakes. But yeah, when I think about it, what oftentimes ended up holding me back, especially from taking action, was yeah, some kind of version of thinking I needed to figure more things out instead of launching and starting. But that also depends a lot on the business model and the type of thing you're trying to do, because it varies a lot from thing to thing, or from business model to business model, how much skills is required. But yeah, when I interviewed Jim Cochran, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, Jim Cochran. When I interviewed him about his success story of his paid community, one of the things he talked about was in-time education, or in-time learning, instead of just in case learning, you know. And that's kind of an actionable way to look at it. And another thing that really stood out to me in my interview with him was that I forgot exactly how he said it, but basically that when people online talk about their skills, it's kind of silly when people start bragging about their skills. Like that's the one main big thing that trumps everything. I forgot his exact words, but yeah. And that's a big one. There's a lot of talk about skills these days, that if you just have these skills, everything will fall into place. And of course, skills and knowledge is extremely important, but at the same time, it can become a kind of crap if it keeps you from taking action. You should absolutely learn, acquire skills, knowledge, wisdom, information, insight, but there's also something to be said about taking action. But yeah, one thing that really also stood out to me when I've been interviewing these people about paid community success stories of people making at least $10,000 in profit per month, is that basically how simple or elegant the business model really is when it comes to how many of these people are launching it. It's basically a paid community, and they launch it. Several of them, they launched it almost immediately without a lot of planning and tech hurdles. So you don't have to have it all figured out. Figure out the next step and take it. Then you can figure out the next step. And another thing, also keep in mind the advice. I think originally it's attributed to Dan Sullivan, strategic coach, and it's the who, not the how. Oftentimes we get stuck in the who. People talk about, oh, just Google it, just Google it. So it's like the overarching mindset for a lot of people is, if you don't know how to do it, figure out how to do it and do everything yourself. it doesn't always have to be that way. Even if you don't have a lot of money, there's still oftentimes ways you can either hire help or somehow get help from other people. Get help to do it. Advice, stuff like that. You can reach out to people. Yeah. So you don't have to have it all figured out beforehand. And sometimes things are kind of, you can figure it out as you go as well. But yeah, when it comes to that, for people like myself with not really an expertise when it comes to online business, choosing the right business model also affects it a lot, but also having access to the right people. But yeah, when it comes to hiring people, try to find people that are recommended, people that are recommended by others, because when it comes to freelancers and virtual assistants online, there's a lot of scammers out there, but also there's a lot of amateurs, but that actually looks like being somewhat professional. But when you actually hire them, they might do an okay job, but a lot of them are postponing things. They end up taking a lot of time to do something. It seems to be the case that a lot of freelancers and virtual assistants, they think that as long as the job they do is somewhat okay, it justifies delivering it like 2 months too late. So yeah, another thing it can be helpful is to if you have a task that you need help with, let's say if you need a sales funnel built or an email autoresponder set up, whatever it is, if there is a task, you can chop up into multiple pieces. Maybe you can get them to do a small piece of the task first and get them to deliver it. Then you can see how they performed. Pay for that task, then the next one, next one, next one. Instead of hiring them for the whole job and paying for the whole job up front, and then hope that they will deliver on time. So yeah, if you hire carefully, then you can also fire them and find someone else. It sounds brutal, but if you're in the business world, you need to get things done. So yeah, you don't need to have it all figured out, but yeah, learning from others and also choosing a business model with less variables can also help. And yeah, like I mentioned, paid communities is a pretty unique one when it comes to that. If you want to learn from real life success stories, you should check out the interviews I've done of a bunch of success stories of making at least $10,000 profit per month with a paid community. Some of them making way more than that. But yeah, if you want to see those, check out communitycashcows.com. And who knows, maybe you'll build your own community cash cow. And if you join the community, you can also connect with a bunch of other people that are also in the process of building their own paid community, you know. So yeah, check that out. communitycashcows.com.